I do. I saw you show it. Did you? I was like, I know her. She goes to those classes.
Oh, I love that you guys are here with me. Welcome to your gentle yoga class. I know some of you are new, even new to your mat of yoga. So as always, class reminders to listen to your body, do what's best for you. I'm here to offer you some things, and it's up to you to be really mindful about where you're at, where you need to be taking it to something with a little bit more intensity or pulling back. This is your gentle yoga class, so it should be good for everybody, okay? Everybody doing good today?
Yep.
Yes, we are. All right, so we're seated on our mat in a nice, comfortable position. So give a crisscross to your ankles. And of course, once again, this is uncomfortable. You're just going to keep chasing it up. So if you can, take one foot in front of the other so that your ankles aren't stacked. That lets your hips open up just a little bit as your knees start to settle a little closer to the earth. Set your hands behind you. Press your finger pads into the floor to draw you up. Just lengthen out your spine for a minute. And sometimes just even tipping our pelvis a little bit lets our hips settle in. You guys notice that? A little bit? You can say yes, it's okay. And you can say no, that's okay too. All right, so take your hands now. Either rest your hands on your thighs or off to the side, or if you want to take it to heart center. This is just a way for us to move into our yoga practice. So close your eyes and just take your thoughts to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Healthy breaths in, relaxing exhalations out. So taking any stress, any negative vibes, anything that does not do you good or serve you well, just take all those things and just brush them away with your breath. Thank yourself for getting on your yoga mat today. Doing something healthy, something uplifting, and always making your yoga practice your own, listening in. Now slowly open your eyes, take your arms down to the sides. Take a big shoulder roll up, down, and back. So take your right arm up, keep your left arm down. Now really reach and lengthen up on an inhale, and on an exhale, slowly tip up and over, opening up that side body. Try to reset that right sit bone down into the floor. So do this again. Inhale, a little deeper reach. Exhale, maybe a deeper stretch. And then slowly bring that hand up and over. The left arm goes up. Once again, inhaling for a tall spine, big reach. Exhaling for a nice stretch. Now try to relax that left shoulder down. No need to hold any extra tightness in that shoulder. Keep breathing. Inhaling with a deeper, a longer stretch. Reach, exhaling with a deeper stretch. Now once again, reach up and over, and then go back to that first side. And maybe you'll notice that you're able to go just a little bit deeper as things start to open up. Inhale, up and over again. Slow and easy. Now take both hands to the back. Place your finger pads on the mat. Press and lift. Really open your chest. Depending on how this feels in your neck, maybe you can take your gaze up a little bit, or maybe that does not feel okay. Hi, welcome. Come on in. Make yourself at home. And then release that, please. So inhale, reach your arms overhead. On an exhalation, bring your right arm forward, your left hand back. And then take your hand to your outside thigh. Press back, lift up. And on your exhalation, go into a little deeper twist. Shoulders relaxed. Spine is long. Continue to breathe. And when you're ready, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, we're going to go the other way. Reaching forward, reaching back. We're taking that arm out to the side. Anchor and lift up tall. Exhale takes you to a little deeper stretch. Rib cage, shoulder, chin, reach back. Now inhale, both arms up, both arms back. Now change the position. Relax into the whole backside body. Inhale, slowly walk up. And then adjust the legs to go to the other side. Same thing. If this gets to be too much for your hips or your back, just take your legs and shake them off, you guys. All right, once again, inhale up. Exhale, this takes you forward, just nice and easy. So wherever you feel a lot of tension or stress, that's where I want you to focus your breath, your exhale to be. Just let the head be heavy. Big breath in again. Big exhale, let everything melt and stretch. Inhale, walk it up. Take your legs out in front of you and give them a little shake. Now just flex and point your feet. Lift up, press them out and down. Circle them around. Nice. All right, since you guys are right out in front of me, I want you to take your legs back. So you're kind of at a 90-90 with your legs. Now I want you to take your chest forward. So depending on how tight your hips are, you're either going to go closer to your foot or closer to your knee. And you're going to slowly walk out. It's going to be a great stretch for that left hip. If you can, come down to those elbows. If you can stack your fists or your forearms, if you can, then you can maybe rest your head upon something. If you're not feeling much stretch, then take your torso a little closer to that foot. And then slowly walk up. All right, so set your posture. Take your left hand down to the side. Reach up and over, side stretch. That's, I think our legs are on opposite sides. Yeah, you just want to mirror me. Like if you take your legs to the right side and squeeze that. And then we're going to go to the other side, guys. Up and over. Ah, big side stretch here, yes?
Yes.
Keep extending out through those fingers. Exhaling a little deeper stretch. Now place the hand behind you. Now we're going to lift our hips. So you're going to come up to your knees. If this hurts your knees, don't do it, right? Maybe just stay here. But if you're able, lift your hips up and forward and extend up and back. That should feel good. Now slowly come down. Then we got the other side to do. Up and around. You guys, is the music too loud?
Yes, a little.
A little bit too loud? Okay. It started off so soft and then the drum thing started getting going. This is yoga music.
I feel like I should have a harem costume on.
All right, so settle in. You guys know where we're gonna go with this, right? Now if this is hurting your ankle bone, make sure number one, it's on your mat. Now you can always walk your foot out a little bit more, opening up that ankle, or tuck it in for less stretch, right? So as our torso goes forward, just start to melt. Try to go over the shin bone if you can. And two things to think about if this isn't much stretch for you, especially if you have really loose hips, then you can go more towards your foot or take your leg out just a little bit more. So think supine pigeon or think pigeon pose if that's something that's in your practice. And of course, you can always just go to that as well. So let your head fall, relax your shoulders, and continue to really breathe into that hip. Releasing any tension, any stress. Another deep breath in and out. And then slowly coming up. Your hand to the bent side leg. So Beth, you're going to have your left hand. Our right hand is down. Reach up and over. And then counter that stretch to go to the other side. Reach up and over. Much, much bigger stretch here. Now try not to come forward. Try to lift up and open, opening that side rib cage. Now, like we did last time, either stay right where you're at or place your hand behind you, Beth your left, our right. You're gonna lift the hips, draw them forward and then reach up and back. Does this feel good, you guys?
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
Good, good. And then slowly come down. All right, we're gonna go to tabletop. Now, does anybody need an extra mat to cushion their knees? I have a bunch of extra little chunks of mat back there. Are you guys good? All right, so let me know, otherwise hold up your mat a little bit. Now, we take and go to tabletop position. So take your hands first and spread your hands open nice and wide. Line up your wrists to go right under the shoulders, your knees under the hips. Now, as you settle here, I want you to draw your crown forward, your gaze is down. Draw your sit bones back. Now lift up into the core. Press into your foundation a little bit. Really press through those fingertips, kind of like you're cupping a big basketball. So you feel your forearms fire. Now we're going to go to cow pose. And what this is you lower the belly, you lift the hips, and you shine the chest forward, and then you raise up. And on an exhalation, you pull the belly up and in, which lifts the back like an angry cat, and then the head falls, the shoulder blades pull apart. And then you go back to cow pose on your inhale. So we're working through the spine, and on your exhalation brings you up to cat. So here is where I want you guys just to do what you want to do. Going cat to cow, or just holding cat, or whatever feels good here in your spine. Maybe you want to add the side body movements. Your shoulder going across, your hips going across. Sometimes whatever your body just naturally wants to do is what you need to do here. Now back to that flat back. We're gonna balance. We're gonna start with our right arm going out into the front, keeping everything square. Now option to stay right here, or just bring that leg back, your toe is down, or lifting that leg up. So try not to lean to the side, but notice all the little stabilizers kicking in, reaching your crown forward, reaching your hand forward, and a strong leg goes back. So either just staying right here, or adding a big inhale for a bigger reach, and then your elbow and your knee come in and towards each other as you pull up into your core, and then inhale, reach out again. Exhale, everything pulls in. Inhale, reach. Feel free to do this a couple more times, or take a break, whatever makes sense for you. Maybe one more, and then settle everything back and down. So reset your tabletop. Do a couple cat cows, maybe some side body movement. And then we're going to go to the other side. So this time, stabilize, set your foundation. Take your left arm to the front, your right leg to the back. Remember, you can be on that toe, or the leg can lift. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe, stabilize. Now, if you want to flow and move a little bit, we inhale, bigger reach. Exhale, everything pulls in. Elbow and knee draw in, and then inhale, reach out. Exhale in. Inhale, reach. Take a break, or do a couple more if that's available to you. And then come down. Now we're going to go into a child's pose. Your knees are going to go wide to the outsides of your mat. Your big toes come together, and your hips go back towards your heels. Your arms reach out, or you place your forearms down. So reaching the hips back, taking a long spine, taking a big inhale. And on an exhalation, you just let your body come down and relax. Maybe the forehead is resting into the floor, the mat, or maybe you stack your forearms and rest your forehead on your forearms or your wrists. Whatever is comfortable here. Breathing into your hips, breathing into your backside. A little restore pose. Now, you can stay right where you're at, or if you want to add that side body stretch, your arms can come up and over towards the right. Both arm or one arm. So if you want to focus just even on the left arm to reach a little bit more, And then the right arm can drop back or one can cross over the other. Just play with that side body stretch. And as you reach out, maybe you need to take your opposite sit bone down a little bit more. And when you're ready, inhale, lift up, and slowly walk your hands, if you're working on that side body stretch, walk your hands up and over to reach up to that far corner. Exhale, bring it down. Resting your elbows down or reaching your arms wide. Turning your head or keeping it square. And when you're ready, bring it right back in. Now walk yourself back up to tabletop. Let's stretch our calf muscles and our toes a little bit here. So option to either just tuck your toes and stretch there, or stretch that leg back. You can be on the ball of the foot, or start to really reach that heel back as it presses into your yoga mat for a little grip. And then go to the other side. Tabletop. So we're going to go to a downward facing dog. For those that have that in their practice, you want to go to that right away, please do. For those that are new to their mat today, I'm going to set you up here. So you're going to make sure that your hands are shoulder width apart. Press your hands wide. Open up those hands nice and wide like this, Beth. Keep your hands nice and wide. Now press through your finger pads. Now tuck your toes under, and your feet are shoulder distance apart, or hip distance apart. Now you're going to use your core, you're going to press off into your yoga mat, float your knees up. Now take your hips back to the back of your yoga mat and then lift your hips high. Now you're in an upside down V. Your head releases down, so you gaze back between your feet, between your ankles, lowering down to your knees anytime you need to take a break in this pose. Now you can start to pedal out, one heel back, the other heel back, pedaling out those legs. Or coming back to tabletop. Remember, making your practice your own. And then you're going to slowly walk your feet up towards the backs of your wrists. So you're coming up to the top of your mat, just slowly walk up. And when you come up here, I want you to have a nice generous bend to your knees, because this is a restorative fold. Rest your belly or your chest on your thighs, and just let your body drape forward and try to feel that beautiful stretch all the way up your backside. So you might feel it in your glutes, in your low back, in your upper back. Let the head just be heavy and hang. Now if you want to move your head into a no and a yes position, working through that neck, feel free to sway side to side if that's something that feels good to you right now, or just stay centered. And as your hamstrings start to stretch out a little bit, maybe you start to lift your sit bones up a little bit higher. Continue to breathe, let the head relax. And we're going to slowly roll up. So first make sure you have a good foundation in your legs. Press your feet into your yoga mat, and then peel your spine up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. Take it nice and slow. The crown comes up. You come up to the top and take some big shoulder rolls. Up, down, and back. How's everybody doing? Are you good? Dizzy?
Yeah.
All good? Now I know you guys aren't used to practicing with your mask on, so it's something to really be aware of in your practice. So taking your feet hip distance apart, we're going to go into mountain pose. If you want to take them out wider or in closer, that's completely up to you. So just noticing here, pressing through each and every toe. Your whole foot goes down into the mat, making sure you're not dropping into those arches. And then lifting up, so you're not only grounding down, but then you're lifting up through all the muscles of the legs. Taking your shoulders down and back, palms shine forward. Close your eyes for a moment. Just enjoy this nice, strong, lengthening mountain pose. And to extend our mountain pose, our arms reach up. So on an inhale, arms start to float up to the sky. Now take your right arm down, keep your left arm up, and take this to a side stretch, up and over. Inhale up, arm sweeps up. Exhale, down the other side. Inhale. inhale, lift up. Now cactusing the arms, bring them out and opening that chest like a goalpost, pulling the shoulder blades together, back and down, shining that heart forward and maybe gazing up like a baby back bend here. Then inhale up, then exhale, take the hands around to the backside. So options here are maybe you're just taking your hands back like you're holding a big beach ball back here, or maybe you can lace your fingers and draw the knuckles down, or maybe just hold on. Whatever it is, this is a great way to open the shoulders, open the chest. Maybe you even gaze up slightly. And if you want to deepen this, you can take your wrists a little bit closer together, knuckles down, just together. Now try not to let the rib cage flare forward, right? So tuck the rib cage in. And now stay right here or take this to a fold. And if you want to fold but you don't want to keep your hands together, please don't. So a nice bend to the knees if you're really tight in your hamstrings, or just bend them anyway. So you're starting to work your hands up a little bit higher, maybe even drawing those wrists together a little bit more. Let the head release down. Breathe into this stretch. And when you're ready, slowly inhale it up. You can also let the hands go before you come up, or you can keep them clasped. Give yourself a nice shoulder roll as you felt that in your shoulders, right? All right, we're going to take this to a balance pose now. We're going to go to the basic tree pose. You guys all know tree pose. So you're going to take all your weight down to the right leg, and you're going to either keep your toe on the floor, your left knee turns out, try to keep those hips square. So not only are you grounding down, but you're lifting up, and then you can take your hands to heart. You can slide the foot up to the inside calf, or bring it all the way up to inside edge. But try not to press into that knee at all. So grounding, lifting, balancing, keeping your hands at heart center, or start to lift them up and opening our branches. So feeling free to keep that toe down. Focus and breathe, shoulders are relaxed. And slowly bringing it down. Shaking out those legs. And taking a break if you need to, otherwise we're going right into the other side. So rooting down, lifting up, tall and proud. Knee opens out to the side. So you can have the ball of the foot down, the toe. You can just start to play with it as it starts to come up. You can have hands on hips, heart. Same thing we did on that last side. Adding into your pose, whatever just makes sense to you. Maybe it challenges you. Adding that lift. Opening it out. Or if you want to clasp and steeple those arms up, just offering some different things to you. Shoulders down and back, body is lifted and strong. Beautiful focus. And then slowly releasing, shaking out those legs. All right, let's go to a big forward fold. Now most of you have your mats towards me, so I'm gonna have everybody turn to the left. Take a big step out nice and wide. So it's gonna be a wide-legged forward fold. Toes can be facing forward or slightly together, whatever makes sense. You can take your hands at your hips and take that hinge forward with that tall spine, or out to the side, or reaching overhead. And if you want to stop halfway down for a moment, or just take it all the way down into a wide-legged forward fold, you can choose whatever option works best for you. But as you come down, try not to let those hips go back, right? Try to keep those hips stacked over those ankles. Bending your knees as much as you need to. If you're super tight in your hamstrings, I'd rather have you have a long spine and your knees soften a little bit. Now slowly walk towards that right leg. Just stretch towards that right leg. If you'd like to add a twist to this, take your left hand, reach it to the outside of that right ankle, and then if you would like, you can reach that right arm up. So the spine is long. The neck is a continuation of your spine. And when you're ready, exhale back to the center. Reset with the head hanging down. And then we're going to slowly walk to the left side. If you want to add that right hand to the outside of your left ankle, if you want to add that left hand up to the sky, adding that twist, if that is available to you. So breathe, release, listen in to what works best for you. And then slowly bring it right down the middle again. Let everything settle. Now if you want to deepen this stretch, you can take both hands around your ankles and just use that to pull you down, lengthening your crown, your spine, softening, breathing. A couple deep breaths in and out here. All right, so we're going to lift our heels up, turn our heels in, so now our toes turn out. And you're going to lower your hips down and back. Now from here, if you've never done this before, take one hand on a thigh and the other hand on a thigh, and let that lift you up. And you are opening up now and lifting up to a yogi squat. So just notice your turnout. If your knees are dropping forward, either take your knees back and open a little bit to, so you want to find that line. So the line of your thigh should follow the line of your foot, right? If you are collapsing your knees way over your feet, maybe open your stance up a little bit wider. So some people in their yogi squat can be really low. Some people have to be up a little bit higher. If you can, take your hands up to heart center. If you need to, you can support with your hands on your thighs. So chest up and lifted, and if you can get a little bit lower into that squat, engaging those legs, pulling those knees back and open to the pinky toe, squeezing up in the glutes, engaging that core, embracing that core. So staying right here or coming out of it, or if you want to add to it, take your arms out to the side, take your palms up, stay low in your legs, inhale, lift your arms overhead, exhale, arms come to heart, hands come to heart, and see if you can lower down just a little bit more. And do that again. Inhale, sweep, up and over, exhale, down into a little deeper squat. Either come out of it, or hang here, or add some baby pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press and lift, and toe heel your feet together. And shake up those legs. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Are we good? All right. Building a little heat right there, right? All right, so let's come to the top of your mat again. Let's inhale, sweep overhead. And take your palms to heart center and exhale and come all the way gently down into a fold, bending your knees as much as you need to. Taking your right foot and reaching it to the back of your mat. So now we're going to get into a lunge here. Lowering gently down to that back right knee. Now if that hurts your knee in any way, shape, or form, you can come off of it or take your mat, fold it in, cushion that knee. Now this is just going to be a nice hip opener here. So that you're letting your hips sink forward. You're trying to reach your right hip forward. Pull your left hip crease back a little bit. So right here you can keep both hands for support on the mat. Or if this is in your practice and you're used to this hip opener and you're going to walk one hand up, maybe the other, maybe you're going to stay right here, maybe heart, maybe overhead, maybe up and back, maybe cactus those arms, whatever works good. So you're just breathing and opening into that right hip flexor. Now, we're going to set our hands back down, lift off that back knee, And that left foot now is gonna go back with the right foot. So take it back. And if a full plank is too much for you, you're gonna come down to your knees to a partial plank. So try not to have your bottom in the air, but reaching your crown forward, your heels back, pressing into the mat, pulling up into your core, and then gently lowering down to those knees, or staying full plank. And we're gonna lower ourselves down to our mat, but we're gonna have a lot of strength here. So drawing forward, elbows squeeze in, and come all the way down, so now you are on your belly. So reaching those toes back, squeezing your quads, lifting your kneecaps off the floor. Your hands now are on your side body. Pull your elbows together and engage into your upper back. Draw your crown forward and a gentle draw forward as you lift up to a baby cobra. Now really listening into your low back and then exhaling it down. See if you can have a really light touch on the mat. So you're lifting up and down, focusing on the back strength. Maybe you really feel this opening your front side body, especially your hip flexors, and then taking it down. Now we're gonna meet in downward facing dog or all fours. Tuck your toes under, press up. Now you can go all the way to plank, or take your knees down into tabletop, or right away peel those hips up high, and then lift your heels up high, bend the knees. This is your crouching dog. Now you can use this as a spring to get your feet forward, or just take a walk to the top of your mat. Take a walk, and then we're just gonna simply roll up or flat back up, back to a standing position. Come all the way up, reset mountain. Then we're gonna sweep the arms overhead on the inhale. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So exhalation takes us down through heart, all the way to a forward fold. This time, the left leg's turn to stretch all the way back, gently lowering down to that left knee. So one thing I want you guys to notice right here as you lower down, make sure that that front knee now is stacked over the ankle. So same thing here, you let your hips shift forward, reaching that left hip forward, pulling that right hip crease back, staying right here down with your hands for support, or maybe you're gonna come up, one hand, the other hand. Draw the heart forward, chest open. Now otherwise you can reach the arms up. You can reach up and back, cactusing the arms. And if the arms are up, they're gonna slowly come back down to the mat. And we're gonna go back to that plank again. So you can be right here and just bring your right foot back, or lift off your knee and then shoot your right foot back. So option is here you're in plank, here you're in plank, and then in your practice, chaturanga, if you're able to come down with that full body plank, or just roll it all the way down to your belly. Squeeze those elbows in, take your time, and then come all the way down, scoot your body out nice and long. Reach those toes back, reach the crown forward, hands on side body, elbows pulled together. So once again, baby cobra, inhale, lift. Exhale, peel it down. Do a couple, 3 more times, using your breath, using your back body strength. And then slowly, we're gonna push up and back to child's pose. Push, lift, take your heels, your hips to your heels. Now you either can have your knees together, or if you want to do a wide knee position, your knees will go wide. So we're gonna work our way all the way to the backs of our, laying down on our mat. So just take a moment here with a deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, walk up. So you're gonna sweep your legs around in front of you to stack pose. Flex your feet. So option to really bend your knees. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna reach up and we're gonna fold forward. So a more restorative position would be very much knees bent, right? And then you can just drape over those legs. Or if you're pretty good to go in your hamstrings, and in your practice, you can have a tall spine as you come forward. You can lengthen your legs out more. But as we're coming to the end of our class, the end of our practice, think of trying just to be in a little bit more restorative mindset here. So let the head fall forward, relax those shoulders down, and breathe into the back side, changing your position anytime you need to. And slowly come out of it when you're ready. So we're gonna roll down our mat, so we're on our backs. So if you aren't centered on your mat, you might want to scoot yourself forward a little bit more. So we're going to roll down, we're going to try to really use our core strength, and we're going to walk down our spine. So arms forward, and if you need a little bit of assistance on this, for whatever reason, your spine, your core, you can hold the backs of your thighs, right? So we're going to tuck, core pulls in, shoulders back and down, and slowly roll down. Don't forget to breathe. Take your time, vertebrae by vertebrae, and now find the whole length of your spine goes down your mat. So take your legs out long, take a big stretch, full body stretch, reach the toes, reach the fingertips, and on an exhale, bring the right knee up and into your chest and wrap your arms around your right knee and bring it up and in. Now take that knee out to the side body towards your outer rib cage, opening that hip. Now take it back front and center again. Stretch that leg out long. Long is going to look different for everybody. Reach your hands behind that leg. Push the heel out and away. Flex the foot. Inhale. And on an exhalation, work that leg a little bit closer. Try not to hold any extra tension in those shoulders. Take some big circles with that ankle, both directions, flexing and pointing. And if you need to, bend that bottom knee. So be aware of what's going on in your neck. Make sure the back of your neck is long. Now we're going to take that leg up and across. So we're going to go into a little twist here. If you need to bend that knee more or less, feel free to do that. Take your arms out to the side, tee open your arms, and just take that leg over and across, stopping wherever you need to. Slow and easy. Now when you come to your spot, just try to work that rib cage back down into the floor and turn your gaze opposite direction of the leg. Just breathe into this twist. Make sure you're looking for length. And then slowly reverse that. Bend the knee and slowly roll to your back. Take both knees up and into the chest. Just take a moment here, give them a hug, rock yourself back and forth, and then stretch the other leg out long. Or bent. Bring it down. Take a knee up and into the chest, and then to the outside body, out to the rib cage, opening up that hip. And then back up and in. Same thing we did on the other side. Lift that leg up, stretch it out long, flex that foot, reach behind it. So if you guys have a strap or a belt or something in your practice helping you stretch, feel free to bring any of those yoga tools that you have. All right, so movement to that ankle, big circles, flex and point, so good for that ankle joint. Now settle into this hamstring stretch. Shoulders relaxed. Bottom leg is long or straight, and then try to bring that leg in just a little bit more if that's available. Now let's go into that twist. So the leg is going to go over and across. Bend that knee as much as you need to. Take your arms out to the side. Now if your body really shifted so your spine isn't long anymore, recenter that spine. Now you can turn your head, once again, opposite direction. Now when you're ready, we're going to slowly reverse that. Take that in. And then hug both knees. We're going to do a little hip stretch again, supine pigeon. So take that right leg, bend it, turn that knee out to the side. Outside of the right ankle now is on in front of the left knee. Reach through, clasp behind that left thigh, and then slowly bring those legs in. Once again, try to relax your shoulders down. And see if with every exhalation you can move that into a little deeper position, whatever that means for you. And if you're not feeling this very deep, just move your legs slightly to the left. That'll really deepen that stretch in your right hip. And when you're ready, slowly release. Recenter yourself to go to the other side. So flexing that left foot, turning that left knee out to the side, right knee comes up, reach through, clasp, and bring it in. And if reaching behind your thigh just adds extra tension into your shoulders, you absolutely don't have to do that. So relax the face, the neck, the shoulders, deepening the stretch with every exhalation. Once again, maybe taking just a slight movement with the legs over to the right, releasing into that left hip, your lower back, and slowly release. Give your knees a big hug. Stretch your hands and your feet up towards the ceiling. Circle your wrists and your ankles, and then slowly let your legs drop out to the side. Really stretching those inner thighs. Just let the legs be heavy. Or take it to butterfly position if that feels better to your hips. Or if you want to go into happy baby pose, you bring your legs in, you flex your feet. You can hold on the outsides of your feet or the insides or your toes. And then you draw those knees in towards your armpits. And then maybe you just rock back and forth. And then working towards Shavasana, we're going to find our most comfortable place we can on our mats. So if you don't know what Shavasana is, it's a relaxation pose. So we just lay into our yoga mat. So let your legs go out kind of wide, rest them down, let your feet fall open to the side. Take your arms out, palms up. Take your shoulders down and back so your chest is nice and open. So relax your hands, relax your feet. Relax your face and breathe into whatever relaxation pose feels best to you at this moment. Releasing anything that you do not need at this time. Letting your thoughts go to your breath. Searching for any little areas of your body that need your attention to release. Full and deep. Relaxing throughout your face, your forehead, your cheeks, your lips, your jawline. Take a few full, deep inhales and exhales. Feeling your body rest into your mat. And when you're ready, no need to rush this process. We're going to start to add a little bit more energy back in, a little bit of movement. So feel free to maybe even start to move your head side to side, turning your head, or maybe just taking your thumbs and brushing them across each and every fingertip. Maybe start to wiggle your toes. Maybe taking a full body stretch on an inhale. And then your knees, one at a time, are going to slowly draw up and into your chest. Hugging the knees in. Rocking back and forth, massaging your backside. Now if you'd like to slowly bring your knees over to one side or the other, just snuggling in onto your side, resting your head on your arm as a pillow, taking this position for a moment of gratitude. When you're ready, slowly press yourself up to finish our class. As we started, just gently crossing at the ankles, taking your palms to heart center. And if you'd like to join me by lifting your palms up between your eyes for clear and loving thoughts. I bow to each and every one of you, my yoga friends. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me on your mat today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you all. That's first yoga class. Round of applause. Good job. You guys all doing okay?
Yes, but I need a bigger mat.
Whoa, a big mat. Double it up, huh? All right, thank you so much. And thank you, my virtual friends.